Within dictionaries, the most important use case is the frequency calculation. With this, you can understand the practical usage of a dictionary. You can see that I have one sentence. With this sentence, what I can do? I need to understand each of the character, how many times it occurred. That frequency of times, each character, how many times it occurred. How to calculate this? For solving this problem, we can do in different ways. Okay, I can code this problem as a, say, text frequency analysis. This is one of the problems. Analysis. Okay, so I have a sentence. So it is just a string of with multiple lines. Fine. Now I have to process this. First, I want to go with a character frequency analysis. Character frequency analysis means each character, how many times it occurred. That I want to analyze. So first, for doing this, how to do? Whenever I don't know anything, the very first thing is like I will loop over it. For each character in sentence, if I try to print it, you know what happens? You get entire all the characters, right? One after the other. As it is big enough, it is showing like, you can open here in editor, you can see. Means like each character you got individually. So even a white space is also a character. That we understood. Now, in this character, each time when I want to add the frequency, how do I know? It is not that how many characters are occurring, how many times each character is occurring. That is what I need to be aware. So assume that I know I'm creating a new variable called as frequency. Say I created like a dictionary. Empty dictionary we create like this, right? So each time I want to add. So for that frequency, which is a dictionary, I want to add. So the existing value, I want to update it. Means, so first time you got P, next time also you will get P, right? If you get, the existing value should be incremented. So whichever, for any character, what is the existing count plus 1. So such that you will know where it is happening. If I do like this, the very first thing I got a problem. What is this problem? Can you all understand what is the issue? We have a lot of characters, but for the very first time when we are asking, what is the error it is saying? Hey, it is a key error, so I cannot get the value. Why this actually happens? Because, okay, when you want to assign any value, that's okay. But if you want to get the existing value, that's where the problem is. How to address this problem? Like the typical try exceptions. Try exceptions means, so whichever the character you are getting an issue or probability of getting an issue, that place in a try block. And in the except block, try to give the key error. Means when key error occurs, means particular key is not there. So we can see like what is that key. If you want like the error message also, we can display EX. Now you see what will happen. For each of the character, either it is printing the character and like you are getting the key. Whenever you're doing EX, so you will get like this. If you do REPR, then things will be much more clear for you. For each of the character, it is saying that, hey, there is a key error, key error, key error. So or else I will do one thing. If there is a key error, fine. If except in other cases, I want to print. Or like wherever there is a key error, only there I want to print. Now you see what will happen. So initially, whenever key errors are coming, you are getting. So T here, so and so. But subsequently, you will not get these many values. Because if the value is already present, you will not get an issue. So when the very first time when you are asking, only you get the issue. Subsequently, you won't get it. So means like when the existing value is not there, then you get it. If not, you don't get it. So in that case, I can say that, hey, if you get a key error, then initially create that variable within the dictionary and create that. In other case, you upgrade it. So if I do in this case now, after doing all these operations, if I ask, hey, what is the frequency? Did you see now finally that, see, this frequency is a dictionary containing all these values. If I don't write this one line, assume right, I am writing a pass and I am making a comment. So it will be empty, because if you want to first create, you want to take the existing value plus 1. But every time when you try to get the existing value, for the first time you are not creating a key, then it is throwing a key error. So that is the point of why I am going for this case, try exception. In this way we can get each character how many times it is occurring. Capital P is occurring 1 time, small y is occurring 2 times, T is occurring 5 times, white space is occurring 11 times, like that. So this is one method. Alternatively, so we can do the things in much better way. So basically try exception is good, but it's not a very good idea. So if I can count it as a method one, a better method, what we can do is like take these values, entire thing. So instead of you doing a try exception, why this try exception concept comes? So when the key is not there and you are referring, that's where the problem is coming, right? In other cases, it's not a problem. So in this case, why can't you go with like checking like this instead of a try exception? So don't you think that we can check this option? Means each key in the frequency. Every time when a key is present, the value will increase, the key will be present, right? I can check this value. So each time when the key is present or not, I will check. See in this loop. So though I am using the existing process, I am asking, you see, like this. Each character is in frequency or not. If you see the process, initially for the first time key is not present, but subsequently it is present, right? True, true, true is coming. Means, so when you do these operations, it's happening. So what I will do is like, so based upon this logic, if the key is already present, then simply what you need to do? The existing value, increment it. Means key is present, right? If key is present, then what you will do? Just increment the existing value. So what I will do? I can do something like this. I do like this. If it is already present. So else, in other case, I just create it. When the key is not there, I create the key. If it is present, I do increment it. So now I don't need this try exception blocks. Did you see the same problem I solved without a try exception block? Generally, if possible, we should implement without the try exception block as much as possible, because every try exception block, imagine like it will take an extra code. It's like, when you're going outside, you are carrying an umbrella or like a rain jacket or something. Just imagine like when you're going out, if you're carrying the rain jacket, it would be much more bulkier, right? So in the same lines, think like that. So if you do same problem can be implemented like this also, and you get the same answer. And so alternatively, so we understood that, whenever an existing value is there, you are doing. And the existing value, if you want to increment, like this also we can do. Or you can also do like a plus equal to, right? Because the existing value you are incrementing. So like this if you do, or like plus equal to do, so both will do the same job. Plus equal to 1 means also the existing value you are incrementing. Now going further on the same process, how to better further implement. Every time you are making a extra check, right? To avoid this check and to avoid the try exception, how to do? So for that, we can go for the next method called as method 3. Here what I will do, if the value is already existing, so or not, we have. Why our problem is coming mainly because whenever you want to increment, we need to get the existing value. That is where the problem is coming. So to address better, what I will do is like, If you want to get the existing value, so there are two ways I told, totally three ways I told. So if you want an existing value, this is how you get it, right? But this kind of way of getting will throw an error if the key is not present. To better handle it, we can do a dot get. If I do a dot get, then this problem won't get. So if that value is not there, so then also it will not throw error. If it is present also, it will not throw error. If I say each character and I'm asking, assume that I am not doing this entire stuff. I'm just commenting it. Means I'm not at all creating an extra key. So you see here what happens? Every time the key is not present, but still it is not throwing error. So based upon this, if I need to implement, so I can simply do that, hey, is equal to, instead of values, I can do a dot get. So now simply, right, I need not do anything. In just one line I can do. That is the beauty of get. If I execute now, I get an error. This is the most common error everyone gets. That's the reason I am retaining that error so that when you see it will be easy. So the problem here is that you are saying that, hey, I cannot add an int and a none type. Where the none type came to picture? Because for the get operation, the default when you don't pass is a none. See, then what should be the default value? If whenever you're doing addition, so if you make a default value as 0, then it makes no difference. Whenever you're doing a multiplication, make it 1 so that it will not make any difference. Like that, take the default value as per your logic. If I do write this now, you see, in simple one line you solve the problem. So that is a problem that we have addressed it. Alternatively, if you want to address this in another way also, so every time problem is coming because the key is not present already. So the same thing can also be done in other way. We can say, like, instead of a get, there is something called as set default. So set default of so and so, I do like this, and this value is like plus equal to I do. So I need not worry. So this is the fourth method. This is also another way of doing the same problem. See, using for loops and dictionaries, how I am addressing this problem. Hope you understood now. Now, finally, we got this dictionary, which is a so and so. Now, let's go with sorting. Sorting the dictionary. This is very interesting. Till now we have seen sorting a list, sorting a tuple, sorting a so and so. When you are going for a list, we have a list dot sort and sort built-in function. But similarly, does a dictionary has like a dot sort? No. Sorted built-in function is the only thing that we have. Okay, if I pass like my frequency, which is a dictionary, to the sorted built-in function, see what happened? I'm getting only these things. Why? Hope you remember, the moment you iterate on a dictionary, by default you get only the keys. So if I say like each in, so for each in frequency, if I ask, and if I ask like print each, so don't you see you get only the keys? That's the reason you get it. Similarly, if you convert to a list also, you get the same thing, right? When you're iterating, you get only the keys. So means when you do a sort, only the keys will be sorted. So, and similarly, if you want the explicitly, you can write, hey, it will explicitly do a sort of the keys. Or if you want the values, it will sort explicitly the values. But sir, I want to sort the dictionary as a whole, right? Means, so in that case, we need to give dot items. If I give dot items, then it will sort the items altogether. Okay, so that is how it works. So after this, individually, now we got what? How the sorting happened? Basically, it will go in ascending order. Ascending order of what? Ascending order of the keys. Whenever you have a tuple, it will by default do with the zeroth value. The zeroth value is this thing. That's the reason this, so then alphabets, then so and so, like that you got. Now, if you want any customization, by default, you know that it will do the sorting in this way. But if you want any customization, you should specify that. So till now you remember, so what I told in the previous logics, we did sorting, right? Just to give you some idea how we have done the sorting. So we have worked on like different data types, like a string, integers, list, and so and so. In the process itself, we can give a reverse also. So by default, reverse equal to false. But if you give that, it will do that in a reverse order. And if I take the same values, and if I do like a reverse equal to true, now the same values will come in a reverse order. That's the reason, see here, y came first, then w, then so and so. It's a alphanumeric, right? That kind of order it will follow. Okay, to make the things easy for you, let me take a small dictionary. Then it will be much more easy for you to understand. So in this dictionary, so I take and I'm asking to print the values and sorting them. And by default, when I print the dictionary, entire thing will come. But if I ask sort, did you see only the keys came? So if I ask explicitly values, also same thing happens. Explicitly values, you got it. But if you want to sort, so by the both key and a value together, so we need to pass the dot items. The moment I pass dot items, it will do. So sorting basically means whenever you have a tuple of values, based upon the zeroth value, it will do. So, but if you want to do, so here itself, in a reverse direction, you can specify reverse equal to true. The same things you get in a reverse direction. But sir, what if I want to do some customization? Say, so you know that zeroth value is a key. So first one value is a value that from an ordinary dictionary. So in that point of view, say if you want to explicitly do by keys, anyhow by default dictionary will be sorted by keys only. But if you want to explicitly tell, so we can use a key. Earlier also we used a key with some functions. So here also we can use, but here we can specify. There is another built-in function, so keyword called as lambda. For now, learn that this is one of the keyword for like a function, just like a one-liner function you can imagine. Then when you are going for functions, I will tell more. So so if you get like a tuple, so you get a tuple, right? Each one is a tuple. If I get a tuple, so I should not like lambda. So my tuple or like tuple object, you say tuple object stated that. So tuple object of zeroth value. So this is the, if you are given a tuple, based upon the zeroth value, you do the operation. That's what you're trying to say. So means like by key, explicitly that it will do now by key. So we can do one more brace. Yeah, I think it works. So is there any other brace which is forgot? Any other brace? Okay, okay. So I think like we did a equal to, yeah, zeroth value. So the entire things I am taking. So the entire, okay, okay. Yeah, now it works. If I execute now, it will work. So I am doing based upon the zeroth value. So